Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's Duke and Monster Trading. What's up, guys? Thank you for coming in. Alright, type in number 1 if you can hear. Let's just see if it works properly this time around with the laptop. Still traveling, still got lots to do. So, it's the only solution I got for the moment. Yeah, what's up, guys? So I know the quality is a bit like that. I don't know what's going on with the settings, honestly. I'm trying to fix. Not doing me favors today. Yeah, there's also an issue with YouTube. I think all the streams, I follow some people, right? So whenever they stream, the quality is a bit low. Okay, but when the stream is recorded, it just kind of sets it up alright. So we'll see what happens. I've set the quality to 1080p, so it should have been okay. But yo, Bobby, my man. Alright, I'm gonna have to go scroll through back and forth from this studio version. Okay. I got a separate device, but it's lagging so much. It's absolutely nuts, man, honestly. Alright, we're going to take a look at a couple of altcoins that I'm projecting in the short term. Shitcoins, more like it. Shitcoins. I think they're going to pump about 100%. And we're going to talk about some long-term holds. Okay, I do think the long-term holds are going to pay out. And they're going to pay out huge. Right. First one is AGLD. I was talking about it on the stream the other day. Thought it was going to follow High Street. Yeah, it's a coin that has not pumped. It never pumps huge. But I do think this time around it's going to get to about 55 cents. Around about there somewhere. But since all these altcoins are just going nuts and actually just walking to the top of the liquidity section, so very likely it can actually get to about 60s. Okay. I gave the entry around 35, which means it's gonna put it at 46 and then 98%. Those are my targets on it. Alright. So if you took it with me, congrats, you must be in profits. I have no idea what the market is gonna do. I mean, killing us, man. Honestly. Alright. start with the elephant. Bitcoin and the S&P. At this point, they're just both taking the piss. Honestly. They're having a laugh. Now, you got a list of altcoins. Remember to drop it in the comment section, okay? Or even on the chat. I'll take a look at them. Alright, so yesterday in the stream I did mention Bitcoin could very easy give us this and that, pretty much the shaft. Okay, and it looks like it did. And it does look like it wants to go and grab the liquidity to the upside. Okay. Most likely, for the remainder of the week, it's going to range and then hit 24k. Okay, very likely. And if it follows S&P, that means it's actually going to break the high of 24,000. Because by that time S&P will be sitting at about 4,200, 4,250. Okay, so it's screwing with us. They're screwing with the bears. They're liquidating all the late longs, and they're liquidating all the early shorters. Okay, at the same time. You will have to excuse me, I don't know what is happening, why the connection is a bit slow today. It's actually quite windy, so. Alright, finally, it did something. As 42.25 and 42.50. Okay, those are the areas where I would look for the S&P to kind of get rejected. Yeah. 42.25, 42.50, right? Which means it's about to get stuck in a range up until mid to end of year. Okay, and then it's going to get a soft landing towards 3,600 points, and then shoot back up for 2024. Okay, I mean it just could be in that range as well. Could easily be stuck in that range towards the upside. Right, it has officially broken the trend line. It has closed above it. I do not see it retracing way back when to 3,500 points back below it. Okay, if that happens, it's going straight down to 3,000 points, which is a huge crash. And I don't think the market is going to give it to us. Okay, that would be another 26%. It can happen, but not right now. Okay, I do think we're going to get a soft landing. The macro is putting us in that position. Alright, that's my take on the S&P. Yeah, forget about our bidder, man. That was the degen play. It didn't work out, and whatever happened with it, I have no clue. I just saw it dumped and I left it there. I didn't even take my investment out of it. Screw it. It happened. We lost it. Alright, now future ahead. I honestly need to see this range right here. Okay, I do want to see that. I really do, because if we don't get it, we're gonna be fucked big time. Probably I shouldn't be using that word live on YouTube, but yeah, we'll be screwed big time. So hopefully it's going to get rejected by the 89 moving average on the weekly time frame and just go on to range. Okay, that's what I'm hoping it will do. Right now, people are saying Fed is hawkish. It's going to do something ridiculous. I don't really see it. It's hawkish, yeah, but for the bears. That section. Okay, so it is a parallel channel. At some point we should get a retrace, but that will be a soft landing. Okay, that will definitely be a soft landing. Now, why am I not bearish on the S&P for another 25% crash? Is simply because of the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones sort of leads the market for all these indices. It should have broken towards the upside. Okay, and on the weekly is still sitting at the Fibonacci retracements. But judging by the way it's following it, it's most likely going to end up ranging. Okay, so this is what I think S&P is trying to do. Follow exactly what Dow Jones did. Okay, so I'm keeping a strong eye on Dow Jones more than I am on the S&P. I would love it if it just kind of comes down here. Absolutely love it. Okay, this will cool off every single market, every single one of them, and that will be absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's hard to say. They're not respecting any of these technicals anymore. It's ridiculous. The bearish divergences, hidden bearish divergences, just not. So I'm gonna stick to what it is. And right now, what it is, it's forming a massive range. Okay, so next time it drops, we'll see how it reacts, and we'll make decisions at that point. It still hasn't broken this massive range to the upside, which it needs to. Okay, it broke the mid-range. The bigger range still hasn't been able to break it to the upside. And once this thing does to the upside, next target is 35 and 36,000 points. We'll have to take it step by step. But for the time being, at least for the remainder of the year, I'm not bearish on crypto. Definitely not bearish. Alright. Just the reason why I've been posting calls and mostly on all these long-term holds. Okay. They've been doing pretty well. I mean, Morpheus Network, I talk about this project all the time. I actually broke to the upside again. So I was kind of hoping it would range. If it does range, I'm buying the dip at about $1, maybe $1.40. If it comes down there, I'm buying a bit more. Okay, there is no question. But it does not look like it wants to drop. Honestly, it simply looks. Sometimes you have to keep things simple, right? You have to keep things very, very simple. And right now, it looks like it's in a massive parallel channel heading back towards to the upside. Okay, there we go. Given the bullishness in the market, the FOMO, $3.40 is around about the target. Okay, this is a long-term project for me. It's a long-term investment. I am going to be trading it as well. So once it hits the targets, I am taking my investment out and maybe some profits and buy back lower. But right now it looks looking bullish. It's respecting the fractal, every last bit of it. Okay, so I do think it's very much likely going to hit the targets. Okay, Morpheus Network. Keep an eye on it. RVIV, I spoke about this every single time I got the chance to. I do have investment in it, but I was posting it around about $8-9. RVEV is going to have a huge use case, and it's got great tokenomics. Right now there is no entry. The entry was about $9 to $10. Spoke about this 20 times, 30 times, at least. It's a long-term project. It's got a 10x capability. Okay, 10x capability. I would wait for a massive red candle or a massive red day to make a purchase on this thing. Of course, it's not financial advice, but definitely need to keep an eye on it. It's up 20% just today. But alright. Weekly time frame. Yeah, this thing is very bullish. I'm thinking at least even in the short term, it can hit about 14 and then 17 and then make a decision, see where it wants to go. Okay, that's in the short term. Yes, it can't go up forever, but I said 120 bucks. Okay, so if you get a chance to buy it at 10, maybe under it, 800 to 900%, easy on this thing. Okay, do not sleep on RVEV. Think it's the next EGLD. No question about it. That's okay. IMX trade, that played up pretty well. It should be up, yeah, 16%. So from my entry, around about 20%. I posted it on the live on the screen share just a few days ago. Gave the entry about here, 64, 65. Okay, 27 actually. Yeah, 27%. This is going to have a massive bull run. Massive bull run. I think the major target is sitting at about $1.15 right now. Huge mess. Let's delete that because that didn't play out. Entry zone can be bottomed. We'll delete this. And the ABCD as well. None of that is necessary anymore. I think another 43% is in order on that one. But it's touching resistance, so buying now is a bit too late. Okay, it's a bit too late. But do watch for the retracement. Targets, major targets are up here, $2.30. Maybe even $2.50. Okay, maybe even $2.50. So if you get a nice retrace in the markets, 187%. But the major ones are up here. Okay, $12 to $20, round about there. Of course, it's going to take some time. It's definitely going there. DYDX still pumping. Now there is no point in even looking for shorts on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 targets of mine it hit. 200% from the entries. DYDX has nothing but freedom on the upside. Okay, absolute freedom. Tokenomics are shit, right? But they have delayed their token unlock, I think it until March, if I'm not mistaken. I gave it a little bit more room to pump. Okay, but I'll be buying it just when it broke resistance. Watch for a retrace on that one. I left zero. I posted this, I talked about it every single time. Now this is the straight up competitor to VeChain. Okay, I made a video on this as well, so please do go watch that. I describe why it's very good. Both mathematics, tokenomics are low. Market cap is low. When this thing flies, it will fly. And I'm not kidding. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's almost 400% from my, yeah. If it makes a new all-time high, it's 300 to 400% from my entries. That was at $1. Okay. Do not miss these, because these, they have not had their bull runs yet. Okay, not in 2020, not in 2021. They basically came out at the end of the bear market. Okay, because the market bottomed in June. Okay, classic back test of resistance. Now most likely it will break it. Okay, it's an Adam and Eve. Your Adam, which of course flips into a rounded bottom. It's a classic, and in the end it will turn into a parabola. Okay, so very likely, yeah, I can give another 400%. Do not miss this one. These are long-term investments, okay, but they can be traded. They can be very well traded. Okay, so what I would look on Olive Zero is some sort of come back to back test. Okay, now if I get this thing crashing and it comes back down to $1, yeah, I'm throwing my house in it. Okay, but that's just me, of course. Right? In mind, it can play out any which way. Every which way it can play out. Okay, it can easily come back to $1.10. Have a 20% correction. Yeah, 20% correction. Can come back down to $1. That's where I'm buying. But for now, I will just let it go. Okay. BRA still in profits. Algo is a good one to keep for the next bull cycle. Now Algo is going to be, I have invested in it, but it's not a huge position. Okay, it's not a huge position. But I do like what Algo is doing though. Okay. Now I have a fractal here for Algo. Fibonacci's for a moment. Keep the chart a bit clear. Okay. If it follows this fractal, breaks out, I will be posting a video to focus on this thing, and entry points anything between 20 and 25 cents. Okay. And a stop loss below 15. That'll be about 20% drop. But if it follows this fractal, it's huge. Okay, it just simply goes up for retracement, 81% to 200% profits. And this will be maybe about a month or two. Okay, whenever it decides to move. Okay, that'll be very easy and very quick. But Algorand is a good blockchain on its own. It'll be working with Metaverse, and it's got partnerships in the gaming industry now. Okay, so keep that in mind. And if it doesn't, and it just goes on to accumulate, well, I mean, right now, here we go. You can easily just go back to the top and do a retrace for us. And maybe break all-time high next cycle, whatever it is, but right now it's insider W formation, which means to me it's worth taking a risk on it. Okay, it's definitely worth taking a risk on it. Now, if I want to take the fractal from its previous move from March of 2020, right, there we go. I'll just overlay it here. Right, 55 cents. That'll be about 120% profits. Okay, it's not bad at all. It's gonna take out this high and then retrace, make a higher low, and then go up again, which kind of coincides with everything, all the fractal that's been doing. Okay, now this fractal, I'm gonna shorten it then. Okay, let's just call it that way. 2023, I do see it giving 100% gain, maybe even 200% gains. Okay, and then retrace. I would take profits around that region, buy it back for 2024, and then let it go in 2024. Okay, Algorand is another one of those. Projects I'm focusing on and I'm talking about, these are all blockchains on their own, which means they do not necessarily depend on other projects. With Dipple, the only token and the only boss they answer to is Bitcoin. That is it. Bitcoin drops, it drops. But if the market is good enough, it's in great condition, I think there's no stopping Algorand. Jackie! Thank you for coming, Jackie. Yeah, DYDX, it's from Feb to March, but I think they delayed it a little bit. Yeah, sorry, hold on. What did you say? From Feb to December. No, they were going to unlock in December, but they delayed it to Feb or something ridiculous like that it was. API 3. Now I do talk about API 3 quite a lot. Okay. I gave the entries at about 120 and I think it's going to about $2.20. Okay. Yes, I am invested in it. I bought it at about 140s because apparently my orders didn't go through, they didn't fill. I'm going to go on to the daily chart. It had a lovely deviation. Beautiful deviation here. When it fell from $1.20 to about $1. Now I think it's going to go to the top of the range and most likely, yeah, it will break it. Okay, most likely it will break it. All this nonsense we got going on here. Okay. And I'm going to put this to a side because it's been working really well, that position size. Okay. So we just had the deviation was a spring in API 3. Okay, we just had the spring. Now it's going to go all the way up, break $2.18, and then come back and back test. Okay, right now, this program right here that's drawing, this is Creek. Over here is going to come up here and do an SOS. Okay, that's a classic maneuver in the Wyckoff accumulation. Let's take a look at it. Might just be easier. Just might be easier to take a look at it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to DCA into it. I'm going to add a little bit more to my position. Because I really don't want to be buying this thing at $2. I really don't. Yeah, I'm going to buy more API 3. Still inside the flag. So why 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, it's going to do a fifth wave and come up here for an SOS. Jesus, man, why is it taking so long to connect? It's insane. Come on. That's only my hodlers list. Okay, there's one project I'm going to talk about now which no one ever talks about. Okay. Here, this is where we are. This Wyckoff accumulation. I'm going to give it a minute to load. I'm going to talk about a project that no one ever talks about. I've done more research on it and why I think it can be pretty good. Snoomerare. Okay, this thing has a tendency to pump. Okay, and it does. Now, Numeraire is also artificial intelligence related. Okay, AI is going to be what DeFi was in 2020. Okay, it's going to be hot. But simply just looking at the chart, this is our bottom. Okay, this is our spring. we'll draw a box. Okay, that's our range. So we had a deviation, and now we came to back test. Successful higher low, and now it's going to go back into this range. It's going to hold up and then fly up towards $50, right about there. Okay, that is what I believe Numeraire is going to do. Looking at the tokenomics and the fundamentals, this thing is crazy hot. It's going to go back to its all-time high. That's about 90 bucks. Ending the target 160. But I'm okay taking it at about $90 back to its all-time high. Okay, I would watch this thing for key levels, which will be right about 43, 39. That's where the imbalance is. We got the top imbalance is at 67, 95, and then these are just topium targets, which I will leave out just about now. Okay, so I'm marking a range for accumulation on this thing. DCA is best, anything under 20. Okay, that's what I'm leaving for Numeraire. This thing will be bullish. Most people don't know about this. Nobody talks about this project. No one does. They're all focusing on crap micro coins that can do a 50, 100x, but no one talks about these, which is why I think it's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna save this image, and then we'll open it. This will help you understand the API 3 and actually Numeraire as well. Alright, here we go. So we did our back test, secondary test. Now we had a double spring. Okay, just keep this image in mind. Okay, keep this area in mind, because people call it V-shaped recovery, and the reason of this V-shaped recovery is that, I mean, look at this. Tell me it doesn't look the same. There you go. Alright, sorry guys, I think it got disconnected for some reason, so let me know if you can still hear me. Okay, and my video is clear enough. Alright, now I'm going to jump into API 3. Honestly, I'm kind of praying for a crash. I will be honest with you. I'm praying for a crash because I do want to buy a bunch of more altcoins. Be very, very good. There's some I missed actually to complete the full position size on it. Right.